What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you'll see a Patreon account. If you click it, you can become a member. All you got to do is try, and you can recommend movies and music and trailers for me to react to. Now, with that being said, I know I'm late. I know, but I finally seen the movie. I Care a Lot, right? I Care a Lot stars Rosamund Pike, who I know from Gone Girl. We also have Elsa Gonzalez, who I know from Baby Driver. We have Diana West, who I know from Edward Scissorhands. And we have Peter Dinklage. The man needs no freaking introduction. It's freaking Peter Dinklage, homie. We all know who that guy is. Now, this movie is a pretty interesting movie about a woman who's running a scam ring about basically getting elderly people put into homes so that she can becomes like they're responsible for them, like they become a ward of the state and she becomes their guardian, and therefore she's responsible for all of their financial stuff. So she uses this situation to bleed them dry and then take everything from them. But then one day she messes with the wrong one, and then basically chaos ensues, and then we have a climax, and then everything else follows. I don't want to give away too much of the story because, I mean, what's the whole point of you watching this review if I want to give you the whole story? But all in all, I'll tell you my initial thoughts. Now, acting-wise, Rosamund Pike did a pretty damn good job making you hate her. I freaking hated her in this movie. I wanted to strangle her. I wanted to bop her in the forehead. I wanted her to die.
Why won't you die?
Every step of the way. I hated her, and I hated her a little bit more. Her little face just pissed me off just looking at her, but it's something about her. She just has these like non-emotional facial expressions. Like her face looks like somebody drew a shovel on the front of it. And I don't know, man. Like she reminds me of Plankton from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
What's that, Plank?
Her character is really freaking hateable in this movie, but I feel like that's what it's supposed to be. So kudos to her. Elsa Gonzalez, her character is really just she's not really a huge factor in this movie. She's really just a background character. I mean, she's very, very forgettable. She's a lead in this movie. Like, she's one of the people that the main focus is, but at the same time, she's kind of in the background. Now, Diane West, I mean, Peg from freaking Edward Scissorhands, like the one that put the little cream on his face and tried to get rid of his scars and had him looking like a freaking purple thing from McDonald's. Yeah, she in this movie. Man, her character is tight, bro. And I really wish that we would have got to see a little bit more of her, because the little limited interactions that I seen with her in it, she was dope. She was menacing. She just looked like she was about business, even though she was getting wrecked and like forced against her will and turned into a freaking zombie. She still had enough like of her mind in order to just be like still a gangster with it, right? And then we got Peter Dinklage, who the man, the myth, the legend. He's in this movie, he does his thing, and he comes off as very menacing. Now, Peter Dinklage is supposed to be like that dude. He's like a mob boss type thing. And I personally thought it was a funny idea. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna take this dude serious as a mob boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of seeing it. I'm like, you're a mob boss, but at the same time, like, he finds a way to come off as menacing and believable. Like, he really about that life. So shout outs to him for being such a great actor and making it happen, homie. But the thing about this movie though, that I have to just critique off top is that what you want to happen, this is one of those movies where you root for the main character to die.
Why won't you die?
You don't want them to win. We follow Rosamund Pike's character, who her name is like Marla, and her girlfriend Fran. And you want them to just die the whole movie. You want them to get what they deserve.
Police, get what you fucking deserve!
And throughout the whole movie, you're just itching for it to happen. You just want it to happen. And this movie baits you so much with it. And I'm not going to tell you if it doesn't happen, but I will say that the result is still not satisfying. It's not satisfying. Her the character and the climax of the movie and the finish and the finito, it's just, to me, it just didn't do well. Like I was in the first half of the movie, and then the third half, I was just like, this bitch needs to die. And then at the end of the movie, I was just like, okay, like, I was just mad because, like, you rooting for the character to lose, man. Like, you really want the main character to lose, even though they're just a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just filth, they're garbage, they're basura. And you just want them to lose. But I mean, during a movie, like, you're watching it, and it's just like, that third act just frustrates you. So, me personally, my biggest gripes with this movie is that it's a very entertaining movie. It gets you in, it sucks you in, but at the same time, that emotional aspect that you put into it, I don't think that you get what you want at the end. Me personally, I want, man, you know what? Freak it. Spoiler time. Look, man, I wanted Marla to die, bro. I wanted Marla to die. I wanted Fran to die. Spoilers, homie. Forget it. We just gonna go in. I wanted both these characters to die because I don't understand how the hell did they freaking turn the tables on a freaking hired hitman? Cause I am good. You got hitters, bro, like hitters, like rah, 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 about that business. And then all of a sudden, you get bested by two chicks that are hustling people and swindling people. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, man, come on, son.
Come on, son. What the fuck is the deal?
Like, I don't believe it. I do not believe it. I don't believe that this mediocre character is just besting mob bosses. And then on top of that, bro, then you finally get that satisfaction when they get her drunk and they start sending her to the river. You're like, yeah, she's about to die. She's about to get what you deserve. That's what you get. Ha 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 ha. And then turn around and just for her character to be like, oh, wakes up, kicks the glass out, and then swims to safety. That was the longest sequence I ever seen in my life. If she has no experience deep diving, holding her breath for that long, I don't understand how she's even still alive. That was a long ass underwater sequence, and I don't understand how she's still alive. That's bullshit.
You know what's bullshit?
I don't believe it. I'm calling your bluff, homie. Forget this film. I need some grounded reality up in this thing. But anyway, and then on top of that, the way that she took out the two bodyguards like they was nothing. And it's like, if you don't have experience doing these things, how are you so confident in executing you're executing these moves? You knew that you was gonna go bam, bam, pull out the thing, bam, and stun the other guy. How are you able to do that sequence so quickly with no experience in doing these things? I mean, I get it. They kind of allude to her background, but they also allude to the fact that she ain't about that business, homie. Like, yeah, she's hard body. She wants to win, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like she don't have experience doing these things. So how are you able to do this and execute these moves right? Bah, bah. How are you able to do that easily, but you don't have experience doing that though? Like, you know what I mean? So that was bullshit. This whole, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I didn't like the whole aspect of, like, they tried too hard to make her that powerful woman badass, and it didn't suit her character at all. For her to be getting punched in the face by Peter Dinklage, and then she's just like, I ain't afraid to die. I don't care. And then just try to act all hard body and shit. Like, it just didn't suit her at all. Her haircut reminded me of one of them people that just complain at a freaking grocery store all the time.
I'd like to speak to the manager.
Like, man, bro, miss me with this bullshit. Like, I honestly and sincerely didn't believe her character. You had a chance to get away, and all of a sudden, this man offered you freaking $300,000, bro, just to walk away. And you over here like, nah. This dude is a freaking mob boss. You don't know what he's capable of doing. You are a nobody. You have no experience doing any of this stuff. And all of a sudden, you just miss hard body. I got a plan. If you want to leave, we can leave. But at the same time, I got a plan. So if you want to stick it out and then ride with me, we could get over on this guy real quick.
You know what's bullshit?
Bullshit, homie. I don't believe it. Like, that movie was so unbelievable, bro. Like, I just couldn't get into it. They tried too hard to make her this dominant female lead, and it just didn't suit her at all. Like, at all. You know, like, it's even anybody. It could have been a male in that situation. You could have put a male in that situation, same circumstances, and it's still not believable. Because one, you're besting people that are hired hitmen that have killed many people before. Two, you basically executed a sequence in order to stun or put somebody down, and you've never done anything like that before because you ain't about that business, right? Like, there's nothing in this movie that alludes to you that she knows, like, she's about that work, that she's about putting in work. Nothing, nowhere in this movie does it make you feel that way. The only thing they do is say she's ambitious. She's about, like, she's ambitious. She's a go-getter. Fuck all that. That alone isn't going to get you to the promised land, homie. In a real situation, she probably would have and got Peter Dinklage, and then probably tried to grab a little stun gun, and then probably got popped in the shoulder or something, and then maybe got the little stun gun off and hit the guy. There's no way in hell that you knew that he was going to be standing right there, and you were just going to be like, like, I'm still done with that. Like, I'm done. Then we get to the end, and I'm just like, dude, when that guy walked up, I was like, she's finally going to get what she deserves. But at the same time, it felt like unsatisfying. And I get it. It's supposed to feel more satisfying because she was able to build her empire. She's standing on the top of her life, and she won't be able to take that step forward and actually, like, enjoy it because she's dead now, right? But I would have liked for her to get skinned alive by Peter Dinklage. And another thing, you a hard body hitter, Peter, right? His character is a hard body hitter. This man said the last woman that talked to me the way that you talk or act the way that you act, I cut her fingers off and she's buried under a Jimmy John's. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but what was the point of trying to drug her and make her look like it was like an accident? Man, you could have popped her, buried her somewhere, and never seen her again. And then on top of that, it didn't make sense because you went and you freaking popped the freaking doctor that was her homegirl, and you just left it like, whatever. Oh, well, whatever. Like, okay, sure. Whatever. How you gonna do that and be like all sloppy with it and then turn around and be like, nah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make this one look nice, you know? And then they knocked the homegirl out, and I guess they had her in an apartment with the gas on, and it was like, you should have shot her too. Why are we like, I don't get why we're in a situation, bro, where you could easily just kill these people, and instead of killing them, you let them live. Like, it makes no freaking sense to me why these characters were like, oh, let's make it look like an accident. Nah, bro, just pop them and get it over with. Like, look, man, I'm ranting now. So, look, at the end of the day, the movie was fun at the beginning, but it started to get frustrating because it's not believable. I know some people are going to be like, but it's a movie. At the end of the day, a movie still has to be believable. You're not going to sell me on this idea that all of a sudden this woman becomes a badass overnight after almost freaking drowning and then putting her freaking tooth in milk and then getting it put orally, like getting dental surgery, getting her tooth put back in her mouth in the morning. Man, miss me, bro. The real logical person would have took them diamonds, pawned them bitches, and then went about their business. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this dude Peter Dinklage didn't even die anyway. So it was stupid, bro. Dumb. Done with it. So I finally checked the movie out. That's my review. That's what I think. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. Whatever the case may be, drop it in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. You're now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop, so adios, homie.